There must be a dozen ways to mic the snare drum, and every one of them will capture the sound just fine if the snare drum sounds good in the first place. Let's look at what has become the standard way that the snare drum is mic'd these days. The thing about the snare is that not only are you trying to capture the sound, but you're trying to get the best isolation from the other drums as well, which can alter your approach a bit by changing the mic position. The other thing is that you want to make sure that the mic is out of the way of the drummer so he doesn't hit it. Not only does that sound pretty bad, but it's not very good for the mic either. Always ask if the drummer thinks if it will be in the way, and be prepared to move it to where he thinks it won't be hit. Since the mic is placed so closely to an extremely loud instrument like the snare, especially with the heavy hitter, it has to be able to handle a lot of level without distorting. That's one of the reasons why the Shure SM57 has been such a go-to mic for so many engineers. There are plenty of other engineers who love small diaphragm condenser mics though, so don't be afraid to try one if you have it, but be sure to use a 10 or 20 dB pad so it won't overload. Place the mic stand somewhere between the rack tom and hi-hats so it's out of the way of the drummer. Then position the mic so it's about 1 inch or about 2 of your fingers above the rim. Point the mic towards the center of the drum head. Make sure that the mic stand isn't touching any drum hardware to prevent the mic from picking up any unwanted vibrations. Sometimes pointing the mic across the top of the drum towards the far end of the rim can provide just the right sound for a track. If you place the mic up higher, say about 6 inches or about the size of your hand, it's a bit easier to aim at different spots on the drum, but you'll also get a bit more leakage. Try aiming it more towards the rim for a different sound. In the end, what you're trying to do is to place the mic where it has the best combination of body and stick sound. Sometimes the snare has too much ring. The best way to get rid of it is to add a piece of tape or moon gel or even your wallet. Sometimes what sounds bad in the tracking room actually sounds good under the microphone, so make sure you listen before you pass judgment. To sum things up, not only are we trying to capture a good snare sound, but maintain some isolation from the other drums and cymbals and keep the drummer from hitting it as well. The standard way to do that is to place it about 1 inch above the rim, pointed towards the center of the drum. If the mic you use has an internal pad, make sure you use it because the hot levels that the mic will capture might overload the preamp without it.